Alright, there we go. Should be live. Double check the stuff. Yep. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna just there we go. Just making sure that I got everything going and everything's good, and then we're gonna be off. Gosh. Alright, there we go. And now I can begin. Alright, so I'm basically this month I'm gonna be working more on remaking stuff, but I want to actually remake the entire game. For anybody that wasn't here for the first stream, I am actually going to be redoing Oracle Seasons in Unity just because, just because. I want to see, I want to actually just like spend time like remaking the entire game and just see how, like basically just see what it's like. Let's get this 32, make sure that's 32, and I'm going to begin. And yep. Alright, there we go. I decided I'm gonna start with working on the Horon's Village. For anybody that hasn't played like Oracle Seasons, that's actually like the starting village of the Oracle Seasons. So I want to kind of just spend time today. I know like these streams are going to just be like going from one thing to another, but I'm gonna actually just spend time today to just like recreate certain stuff. Kind of like map wise, and get like animations and stuff in that way. When I'm getting code and stuff, I can add them in because I already got like enemy follow logic and stuff like that. So I'm gonna actually just recreate like the original village and work up my way from there. I'm gonna just say grass. I'm gonna just say 0. Let's just say 1. I don't know if I should actually like call these like I think this is like spring. Grass or actually yeah, let's say grass spring. There we go. I'm gonna just like get some of these going real quick. So I'm actually gonna set up the animations. For now I'm kind of just using the sprites and stuff from the actual game, the true color version of the sprites. Later on I'll actually like custom make sprites and so forth, but for the moment I kind of want to just like get stuff actually like going and work my way from there. 0 1 2 3 4 5. I was like, wait a second, that seems a little off. It should be 8 and 6, and that one should be 5. There we go. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start. So I'm gonna create a new scene, and I'm actually gonna start working on actual like scenes and stuff. So I'm gonna say I actually have an idea how I want to do this. So I'm actually going to make each like area in the game its own like set of like its own region, and like load it in and so out like kind of like a Metrovania room system. So I'm gonna just say gotta check on my like my lizard continuously roaming and having fun. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to just go on and start here. So let's make this I'm actually gonna create let's do actually do this. I'm gonna say I'm gonna just dedicate area to like Horon Village. So Horon, we're gonna have like Horon Village here, and I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go ahead and create a tile map. I'm actually gonna, just so I can keep like the naming and stuff. And there we go. And let's go ahead. I'm actually gonna like move this stuff away first bit. Yeah, I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let's actually just delete this. It's testing out just a couple things. So let's actually get this. I'm actually gonna keep this here, and let's begin. There we go. Alright, so Horon Villiage. Let's actually get our tiles and stuff. Tile palette. Let's actually grab this. And I'm gonna actually go to overworld. Yeah. Let's grab. That's the summer palette. Okay, I'm gonna need a spring palette. And I'm gonna have to actually make something where I could actually. I might have to make a custom tile. Ooh. Yeah, I could actually create I was thinking how I was gonna like change the sprite and stuff for like seasons. I actually am gonna need a custom tile. So what I'm actually gonna do here is we're gonna do this. We're actually, let's go ahead and create the actual tile thing. So let's do scripts. I'm gonna actually go in here. I'm gonna say let's do seasons module. So I'm gonna actually have a seasons manager. I'm gonna just do this public enum. I'm gonna say seasons and just say u short. I'm gonna just say summer by default. Actually, wait, no, spring is by default. Now I'm gonna say 1. We'll need a winter or fall and then a winter. Oh yeah, let's do this. And you know, I'll worry about that later. I'm gonna do just seasons. We'll just do seasons for seasons module for now, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna say for the seasons we're gonna want public seasons current season. I'm gonna just have that. Actually, since I'm gonna be the only one seeing this specific code, I don't need to actually worry about that. So let's do this. I'm actually going to also, I gotta remember I have a second. I'm gonna actually close a couple of things out because I forgot I had a couple of things up. There you go. And let's go. All right, so we're gonna have current season, and basically, what we're wanting to do is like, and like Oracle seasons, there's like multiple, versions of the like overworld. So I'm gonna just open a spread real quick. There's multiple versions of overworld. We want to make it where like the tile map can actually go like knows like which tile to actually show. So like the spring version, the summer version, fall, winter, stuff like that. And I want to actually set that up. So I'm gonna actually go in here. I'm gonna just say seasons manager real quick. Have it just default to spring for now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it where whenever you like enter this area, you can actually just like whenever you enter a new area of the game, or whenever you use like the rod of seasons, it just changes the seasons, and like the tile map will know to update. I'm gonna just say add a little to do. Yep. So let's say we're gonna do it this way. Singleton. SF man. Did I ever make like a? One second. Let me go. Actually, did I ever make like an actual like true singleton inside thing? Not really. Alright, I might actually yeah, let's actually go ahead and do that. I'm gonna create a singleton base class that I can just like inherit from real quick, and we're gonna just do this. I'm gonna just say this is a manager base. Drag class T public static T. I'm gonna just say instance or let's do manager, and I'm gonna just say, or actually that, sorry, not public, private. Technically that needs to be protected. And this one needs to be public static T, and I'll say manager. Yeah, okay. All right, I actually created a actual like a naming convention. Let's go here, and let's actually go here. Oh, okay, so it's, oh, that needs to be manager. Love how it's saying that I'll have to like update that. It's basically, I actually had it where this is actually like I had a specific naming convention. I think I actually saved the naming convention to my other like my project solution. I meant to put it onto my entire computer, so that's okay for now. Let's do this. So I'm gonna just for now we're gonna just have this, save it, and then we're gonna just say just here, and I'm actually going to sub SF, and I'm gonna duplicate this. The reason why is I actually want to keep all my own custom namespaces inside of like isolated away from like the Unity namespaces, just to make it a little bit more cleaner and organized. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll have this private, or let's do protected virtual void wake, and no virtual. What I'll do is I'll make it where if manager does not equal null, and does not equal this, destroy that's not equals, oh actually wait, I should do this. Yeah, let's actually do this. There we go. All right. Short this. I mean, I'll be doing a little bit more to this. I'm gonna just say manager equals this. There's more I should be doing here for like safety checks, but for now, I want to go ahead and actually make sure. So basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make it where whenever we are like changing seasons, it changes like the tile. So like we go from like spring to summer, it replaces the spring trees with like the summer trees. And yeah, let's actually get this going. So a couple things we can do. I'm actually going to I probably should actually add a event handlers, not whenever we just like change stuff, but I'll do that in a little bit. First I want to actually see like how well this works. Let's actually go to scripts. I'm gonna, let's say create new. I'm gonna just go to tiles. I'm gonna say new custom rolled, or actually let's just say let's actually say, I love how there's custom rolled tile script and then there's like no like just new custom tile. I actually want to go here and test something out. Physics or inside of the, oh, it's probably in preferences actually, not since I think about it. If we go to preferences, if we go to tile palette, there's a way, yeah, okay, you can set create method. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually create a custom tile and and let's actually do, well, yep, I'm going to. Alright, so let's do, I'm going to just say seasons tile. Seasons tile, we'll just do that. So, a couple of things we will be wanting to do here, and I'm going to just bring over documentation because it's always nice to have like that little documentation. First, I'm going to actually say seasons module, and what we're going to do is we need to make this tile based. We actually also need to tell it to be serializable. System.serializable. And we're going to want a couple things. We're going to want to do public, let's do a, we have our seasons. Let's actually do this. I'm going to actually say public public struct, and I'm gonna just say actually, yeah, let's do this as class. I'm gonna just say basically we're gonna say season sprite pair. And basically this is just going to have a sprite. Sprite. And we're going to have a public seasons. And I'm going to just say seasons. Season. Alright, so we're gonna do this. So season sprite pair, we're gonna have this for now. And I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna actually just say we're gonna do public list. And yeah, we're gonna have this. And we're gonna say season sprite pairs equals new. And to make my life a lot easier, I'm gonna have I'm gonna actually let's do actually no, we'll go, I'll just set a default. And what we're gonna need is we're gonna need to override the refresh method. So basically I want to have it where I set a tile per season, and then from there, whenever I load that screen, we choose the actual tile thing, and we gotta update the refresh, and we also need to override the get tile data. Get tile data. We also need to do we also need to override the update. Or actually, no, sorry, not override. We just need to create a method for private void update tile. I'm gonna just do this. So we're gonna want to do this. We're gonna want that. Actually, we want to do all these. Oh, no, we don't want to copy all those. And yeah, that's probably all we'll need for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually create a couple tiles. If I actually go and let's go to let's actually do overworld tiles. Let's actually do a actually I need to create a tile for actually need to create a couple things to do tiles. Yeah, before I forget. Create asset, create asset menu. I'm gonna say stdr. Yeah, I'm gonna say tiles. I'm gonna say season tile. Hold it. My brain is apparently what's it? I want to see in a module core DTO base. I want to see something because character DTO. Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna be too lazy. I really don't want to just type this all out. And I'm gonna say new season tile. So we're gonna do this. Right. Let's do CDR tiles. Let's say overworld 3. And I forgot to do one thing. I need to do system.serializable. Alright, so let's add our 4 little seasons. Alright, so we're gonna have tree. Alright, I need to actually add those two real quick. To do open sprite editor. Oh, it's already open. I'm just blind. Oh, I was like, what? Let's do tree round spring, tree round summer, and get these out of the way. Leave the bottom one because it makes it easier whenever I actually do this. Say fall. Tree round. I don't know if I should call this like tree round or tree round top, but oh well, for now it's just tree round. So let's do this. Let's go, and I'm gonna say snow. Tree round, not snow, winter. Winter! Alright, so if I now go back to our little tile, and I'm gonna say overworld, I'm gonna say spring. Tree round spring. This one is summer. Tree round summer, and this one should be fall. This one is gonna be winter. Summer, fall, winter. Alright. So if I actually go in here and also do like let me actually close out some of these since I don't need all of them. Let's grab that out of the way. Actually, I had a lot of stuff open earlier. Alright, so let's actually go and start updating this. Actually, technically, I might not need to override this because honestly, this one might actually be okay. Let's do tile data dot transform equals matrix for identity. Tile data dot color equals color dot white. And then we're gonna just say let's do, we're gonna need a yeah, we're gonna need, I'm gonna just say public static seasons I'm gonna say I'm gonna just say season or active season. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just say equals seasons manager dot let's do current season. Oh right, I just realized. Oh wait, okay, wait a second. Instead of saying that, I need to do this real quick one second. And we're gonna just say we're actually gonna say managers. We're actually gonna just add this check instead of here. We're gonna actually just set it here for a couple of reasons. Mainly just make this easier for now. I mean, I'll probably change it later, but for now, I'm gonna just make it where this and manager does not equal to, yeah, there we go. And that way I can say dot current season. Yeah, okay. Probably should act. Oh, for now that's good enough. Okay, so we're gonna say yeah, we'll do this. For season sprite pairs dot we're gonna say I dot season if equals seasons manager manager dot active season. Yeah, okay, yeah, so if seasons pair equals season, actually, wait, I should do this as well. We should do this. Let's do dot or oh, my brain, I'm trying to remember what the syntax for this was. Season oh wait, is it, oh wait, I think it might be just, no, okay, I know, wait a second, C#, no, little fish, I might have oh, I was close. Yeah, okay, so equals null oh god, I can't remember. There's actually like I remember it is like let's say yeah, okay, yeah, if no, fuck it. I just realized in this current version of C# that Unity uses you can't do that. If just so we have like a season, I'm gonna just do that. Turn manager dot current season. Yeah, we'll just do that. There we go. So if yeah, equals yeah, so if the tile season and return, we'll just actually actively return this, and I'll just say tile data dot sprite equals dot sprite. I'm hoping and wait, what? Oh, we're gonna say collider type. I am let's do. I'll actually need to get to do tile. Oh, should be able, like, it should be like collider type. Yeah, we'll just do that. Oh, okay, I was right. Okay, it's just a, okay, I was right. First, yeah. I want to see if this works. Let's see if my random idea just works or not. Okay. 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 Well, it actually got a tile. So let's check this out. Instead of, I'll have to rename that tile. Okay. So if I do this, wait. Well. All right. So I'm going to actually click that, and I am going to actually see if this actually works. So I gotta do a couple other things to make it where it actually updates in editor mode, but I want to see. So if I actually go to like managers, if I actually change it to all, and actually do. Oh, okay. Well, somewhat. Okay. Spring. Wait, spring works. Fall. Okay, summer. No. Okay, so it correctly grabs the sprite for spring, summer, fall. Okay, well, why? Okay, let me make sure I'm like actually doing this correctly. So transform.color. If season, so like, yeah, so okay, so if the season actually is properly getting that, I don't think I have to set the flags, do I? I'm about to set the flags. What I might do is I might actually let's add like a, how we're gonna do this, default sprite. Well, we're gonna add a default sprite. Oh, whoops. No, it's because I need to put that in here. There we go. I just realized I accidentally put in the wrong one. So let's try this again. I just realized that if I actually go here, and I'm gonna actually just, now technically the seasons manager is not being like set as the actual like global instance until after I enter play mode. So let's just test it out. Okay, so if I do fall, yay. Okay, so if I say winter, yay, and then summer. Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So the idea will work. The idea will work. Oh, well, that sucks. Okay. Okay. We'll need to make it where it locks the sprite, so it doesn't change. Like once the sprite's been placed, it doesn't change it. Because I just realized technically you'll actually like refresh the tile. Okay, that's okay. Alright, so okay, I might be able to get by with this actually. Alright, so what if I do this? Let's actually create, so public static, and we're gonna say just do action, and I'm gonna say let's do seasons. Let's say seasons change event handler. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just have it where this is actually listened to. So if I actually go in here, technically it is scriptable object, so I should be able to put it into like a, yeah, I will just do this. Let's do public on enable. And I'm gonna say seasons manager dot, I'm gonna just say refresh all. Actually, seasons, we'll just say on season change. Oh, so here's the thing, if I do this, you know what that is, you know what, I just realized this is actually okay, like it is okay how it is right now. I just realized because like in game, like I'll, like whenever I change the season, it'll actually change the season for like every tile on screen. So like actually this is actually okay because like I'll have like winter sprites only whenever I change. Yeah, okay, this is actually okay. So like this, at first glance, like I was worried that like this might be a little off, but you know what, this is actually okay. So I'm gonna actually just grab a few things. So I'm gonna actually just go ahead and like make like the starting town now, because, and I will add the tiles there, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So I'll need a roll tile as well. I'm actually going to just create a new custom roll tile, and then first I gotta rename this because originally I was gonna have like a different like tile palette per like season, but now since I think about it, I can just do this little custom thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just make the little village. So let's do, I'm actually going to try and remember if there's any other places that use that little like, well, actually any tile or any there's multiple houses like randomly in the area. Yeah, okay, never mind, there are more places. So if I actually like look for here, there actually is other like areas that use that like road tile. So I was trying to see if I should just make that tile different or not, but no. I'm gonna just go here, we're gonna just go here, and I'm gonna say overworld road, and I'm gonna just go in here and we're gonna just get this so I'm gonna just say road spring. I know for like the first couple of streams it's gonna be like literally just me just setting up the assets, but once we get past the first couple assets, or like first couple of days of doing this, I'll be able to like quickly go and add a lot of stuff, mainly figuring out how I want to do it and figure out like what would be the best way to do it. But yeah, so we're gonna just go in here and we're gonna go to our road. I'm gonna just have a default I actually don't need that default sprite anymore now since I think about it, but oh well. And let's get the spring road, and then summer road. I could actually just copy this tree tile now since I think about it, and just switch out the tiles I'm placing, but that's okay. Now we got this. Right, so I'm gonna just come over here and I'm gonna actually set this down here. There we go. And I will have to change the trees pivot point, but for now this works. All right, so let's actually just I think what I'm gonna do is I'll make like the well be the 0, 0 point of the map. Or well, I'll figure that out. Well, I'll figure it out like how it's gonna go. But yeah, for like just testing stuff out, I'm gonna actually make the roadmap. So let's get rid of this random tree. I'm gonna actually start setting this up. Actually, should I grab? I might grab some of the houses real quick as well. Yeah. Also, I might have the grid toggle. So in Oracle Seasons, like they had it where each section of the game is actually split up into different grids. So like 1 grid, 2 grid, and then basically your camera would be locked to that grid. So while I'm redoing, like remaking the game, like making fan remake, I think I'm gonna have it where each like instead of making it where your camera's like locked to each grid, I'm gonna have it where each like region has a camera lock. So like the camera is locked to like the town. So instead of like you move from the well to this shop over here and then the camera moves, I'm gonna have it where you can freely move back and forth without having to like go through a new load screen and stuff like that. And I think that works pretty fine. So let's just go ahead and begin this. I'm gonna do another one. Actually, I save myself on time. I'm gonna actually just duplicate this one, and I'm gonna actually name this one grass field. And I'm actually gonna just grab actually I will need now since I think about it, I'll actually need like a roll tile for these. You know, that's okay. Yeah, you know, never mind, that's okay. For now, I'll just focus on the spring ones, and then I'll work it out later, or I'll make a custom like roll tile. So I'm pretty sure I already got these. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. We're gonna just create a new roll tile, and we're gonna just start from there. And I'm gonna just say overworld grass spring, and we'll quickly start getting stuff set up. And I'm gonna lock this, that way I can actually keep an eye on it. And I'm gonna just drag these into here because I don't want to have to manually set them up myself. Alright, so let's just set this up real quick. That way I could technically actually shorten this because some of these sprites are actually like just other sprites flipped. So like this tile right here that I have selected, it's literally just this tile flip. So I only need like the top left, or like the left side, and then like the middle, and then so forth. So I actually don't need that side. Don't need this side. And then I can actually just go from here. This is actually the all around one. So let's do, whoops, wrong one. And I'm gonna actually just tell it to allow for mirroring on the credit axis. There we go. And there we go. So this is gonna look. Now, if I actually just drag this sprite into here, I should already be able to. Oh, let's grab a default sprite. Just it makes it a little bit easier. Just having like a little like default sprite for visual aid. Yoink. And let's just start grabbing it. Yay, okay. I know there's like, that's not exactly how it's actually like placed. There are like small areas where you just have like flowers like randomly in one place and another, but we'll get there. Another thing, Unity's default roll tiles, if you notice, if I put one here, even though there's a tile right here, the default roll tiles don't read the neighbors. So what I might actually need to do is I might actually switch this over, and I'm gonna actually, yeah, we're gonna go to debug mode, and I'm actually gonna switch this over to a different tile. Ooh, maybe need to grab it over neighbor. Oh, okay. Well, I actually have wrote something like this before, and I'm gonna actually grab it because I don't want to have to write it again. Let's go to package manager. I actually wrote several custom scripts that can be used in multiple projects. I'm going to just import, grab it from disk real quick. Unity packages. I'm just to do sprite tools. There we go. I do not. I'm gonna have all the code and stuff like open, like on GitHub repo for anybody to grab. Yeah, there we go. For data catch. Oh, they did not like that. Oh, right. I was updating the UXML schema. Before I forget, let's go ahead and do that. Update UXML schema. There we go. That way I don't randomly see that warning again. Okay, now there should be like a SF neighbor. Yep, there it is. Alright, cool. Yoink. I exit debug, and boom! I don't have to like reset all that stuff up. Okay. Now let's actually hope that that actually worked. So I'm gonna say, so let's grab this real quick, and I'm gonna say, I'm actually gonna update the script. Let's do. So at the current moment, it only checks for like other neighbor rule tals. But I want to see. I'm actually gonna make it where it will see other rule tals or other types of tiles as well, instead of just like neighbor tiles. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just create a little. Yeah, let's actually just create a little script real quick, and I'm gonna just call it. For now, it's literally just gonna be a small thing inside of it. I'm gonna just say tile. Yeah, I'll just say like SF tiles for now. And what I can do is I can actually just grab this, and I'm gonna actually just add a interface, and I'm gonna just say ISF tiles. It's gonna complain to me because, or it's gonna say, yeah, it's gonna just say that the naming convention does not work. Okay, add that. And that is literally all I need to do. I know this sounds weird, it does, but what I'm gonna do is now I'm going to do this. Also that needs to be SF tile module instead of sprites. There we go. Alright, so what this weirdness that allows me to do is I can actually just go to my seasons tile, and I can actually just add this interface to it. Oh, I need to import the assembly reference real quick. Hold on. Alright. Yep. Oh no, I just accidentally pasted the wrong thing. There we go. I was like, wait a second, it should be there. Okay, so now what this allows me to do is I can actually go to my neighbor rule tile, and I could just say if yeah, I can actually just say equals let's say return. I'm gonna. This should be correct. Let me double check. Let's say the neighbor tile. It is ISF tiles. Fingers crossed. Oh, whoops! I forget. Oh, when I copied, I accidentally did the cut instead of like copy. I'm pretty sure that, yay, it does work. Okay, cool. Weirdness achieved. But yeah, you could actually just do that. So now my roll tile actually properly sees the road as just a part of it. So yeah, you could do interesting stuff doing that. So I'm gonna now. Oh, I am still on paint square mode. I was actually not wanting that. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this. So what I'm probably gonna do now is I'm gonna actually come on. I love how sometimes the shortcuts just for Tomoff is just like, oh no, you want me to work? Nah, not at all. So we're gonna have that here. So now we have our little well area, and we can just continue adding on to it now. So I'm gonna go slice the sprite for the shop real quick. That way it's not just grass and like road stuff, and also grab like the well, because there's also a well sprite that we can that I've already got. I'm actually looking forward to actually drawing my own custom like sprites. For now, I'm gonna just do this. So I believe this is well spring. I'll just do wellspring for now. And I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna just do the same thing. Instead of road though, I'm gonna call it well. So now I can just, I gotta unlock that. I'm gonna say well. I'll set up the other seasons in a little bit, but for now I just want this. Just make it where I can actually start having some decor and stuff. So let's go ahead and just drag our well in there, and we'll just put them. Ooh, right, almost messed up there. Let's add this. This needs to be the ground obstacles. Gonna just now add that there, and I'm actually let's actually properly do this. Let's actually have like it's a background. I'm gonna say ground obstacles, and I'll just say ground for now. And we're gonna go here and that. Okay. Oh, I was still on square mode. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna set this to ground. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Hold on thought. I actually, when I literally just copied it, not thinking that, oh, I already had tiles on there. There we go. And now that should be like that. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna add my custom tile physics system. I'm gonna make sure that my custom physics system works. Because in Unity you normally have like your collider, like box collider and rigid body. I'm not using rigid body or box colliders. I'm rolling my own little thing using Unity's low-level physics API. Yeah, make sure it stops everything. Don't really need to do events. Yeah, we should be good. Gravity scale. I just want to make sure like my player is actually properly colliding with the custom physics. Also, no, I haven't done it where like the character's animation changes. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, custom physics is indeed working. Okay, so now we can quickly just actually start adding on stuff. I'll start getting enemies and start getting villages. Like the most time-consuming part is just getting like the sprites and stuff sliced, but once I got those the sprites sliced, it should be very quick. And you know what? I do not have the actual like I don't think I have the houses, like the house tiles. Ooh, okay, might have to either make the house tiles or find them real quick. Let me see. I'm sure I remember seeing them. Okay, I found the interior house tiles, but oh, okay, I found it. All right, well, one second. Let me just grab the house tiles real quick. I'm gonna go into a sprite because a sprite sounds like a lovely day or time. We're gonna this real quick. Let's this yeah. Just make sure I have the correct tile set. And voila. Ooh. There they are. Alright, cool. I'm gonna just okay, so I want these. How many houses? Oh, there's actually different houses for different seasons. Oh no. Oh yeah, because the wood actually shows like snow and stuff. Okay, well, you know what? That's okay. So that's the fall, that's the winter, there's the summer, and I believe this is spring. Eh, close enough, even if it's not like, if it's accidentally like summer houses. You know, that's good enough. Just gonna yoink. Whoops, wrong shortcut. Wanna yoink these out of the way. Make sure I actually got all of them. Alright, there we go. And I'm actually gonna just create a new file, 160. I don't think I missed a pixel. Well, I'll find out. Well, the easiest way to find out is if this is 16 by 16. Okay, good. I didn't miss a pixel. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just grab this. I'm gonna just grab the folder path real quick, and I'm gonna just actually export it out real quick. Save as. Second, and Horon Villiage. Village. Right Atlas. I will be like sooner or later like doing actual pixel art where I'm actually making all these by hand. Sooner or later. Not right now. There we go. Alright. Let's do that. Let's get them all in here real quick. Point. Don't need that. And there we go. Let's, oh yeah, set mosaic padding to 0. I wish there was a preference I could just like set to make that like default to oh, that opened all the way over there. Sliced 16 by 16. And yeah, that's good. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. I actually think I'm going to keep these as individual pieces instead of like dragging them in as a like a single sprite. And the reason why is because like even though I'm like remaking Oracle Seasons, I want to add my own stuff, so I kind of want to add new areas. I know like most of the like maps and stuff actually, or like a lot of the houses are the same like visual. They're always like the 2x2 for the roof. But I kind of want to add my own stuff sooner or later. Like for instance, like if I actually like go into like the actual map, we can see like most houses are the same, like 2x. Actually, wait, is that might be 2x3? Well, okay, I might be wrong. Actually, no, that is 2x2. But yeah, So I'm actually gonna just do this. We're gonna just say village. I'm gonna just say village house roof. Use that. Yep. So a couple seconds, and I'll just have these set up, and then we can actually start getting them in there. I was just trying to get like the starting area and then like a hero's cave maybe done today. I already well, and we'll just see from there. Yeah, and all right. So let's grab that. I'm gonna actually just do village tiles. Yeah. Duty tiles. Surely I'm gonna have to do village roofs. Oh, actually, wait. Instead of doing that as a wait a second. Instead of doing this as a rural tile, I'm going to actually do this as a neighbor tile. Let's actually do this. Also, I'm currently doing this in like Unity 6.3, so I can't use the entity ID tiles. That's only available in 6.4. I would like to be able to use 6.4, but there's currently a bug that literally just crashes the actual like editor. But Unity actually got back to me with the bug report, and actually said they were able to reproduce it. So hopefully it'll get fixed and I can start using entity tiles. All right, let's actually grab that and go ahead and just drag these in here. I'll just go ahead and make this a default sprite. Kind of tempted to just create a new tile palette just for a village and houses. Looking for that, and oh, nope, that in there. Always feel like starting a new project is always like the setting up the assets for the first time is the longest part of it, or maybe not the, well, not the longest part of it. Okay, that's nowhere near true, but it's kind of like the most tedious in my opinion. Let's make sure that actually don't, I can actually just flip these horizontally. I don't need to make more work for myself. And let's actually, I might have to change this one. Reason why is because of where you would have like the door and stuff, so there might be actually one right there. Alright, so I'm gonna actually go over here and let's just do I'm gonna actually keep this on the ground alt skulls layer. So let's just do this, make sure it works as expected. Oops, forgot to flip that. Yay. Okay, so now we can just drag and create a house. I'm gonna do this a couple times because I want to make sure I got like all the shapes. Oh yeah, okay. No, that is actually expected because technically there is no middle tile on this. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's actually go to sprite real quick. There is actually no like middle tile right now. So what I might actually do is do this. We're gonna, because I do want to have like add my own like custom sprites and stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a new sprite from palette. There we go. Let's actually just do this, and it's actually gonna be very simple, very quick. Well, if I actually get it selected correctly, because I can actually just drag this down. There we go. Now we have like a center tiles. That way, if if I want like a middle ground tiles, we can have that. So that's gonna look weird for like 2 seconds, but that's okay. So I'm actually going to grab this real quick. Just make properties, that way I can actually keep it in the inspector. And then I'm gonna actually go here and I'm gonna have to no, that's okay. We'll just ignore the fact that go. Oh, I did not mean to keep empty. That's okay. We're gonna just take this real quick and set it up. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, and now we got our, like, now we can actually have like a different size tiles. I'm gonna just keep this up here for a second. And I'm gonna just set this as a, let's do middle one. And let's do, there we go. And now we have it where we can actually do different size houses and stuff. Because like, always felt like I know why they did it. They had like, for Game Boy Color, you have limited memory space. Like you had to really take good memory, like limited memory space and so forth. So they really couldn't make bigger houses just because of the limits, but I don't have to worry about that. So, hey, so might as well have some fun with it. Let's do, all right, so got that. Let's actually go ahead and actually grab this as well. Let's grab the shop sign. Or not the shop sign, sorry. Oh wait, I already got it. Okay, never mind, sorry. I already got that. It is right here. I was gonna say, village house, window. Village house door. And there we go. Got ourselves like a little door and chimney. Why do I feel like I spelled that wrong? Hold on. My spelling is not the best. Okay, no. I actually did spell it right. I actually did spell it right. Alright. For a second I thought I didn't. Alright, so let's do this. Let's grab this. And let's actually do a couple things. Since this doesn't have to be a roll tile, I can literally just drag this in here. I'll put like the decor and stuff up here. I'm gonna just, yeah, we'll just do that here. So put that there, and that's it. So we can actually just have this be a, I'll just put that there. And I need to just have the window. Oh yeah, I was like, wait a second, I feel like I'm missing something. Wait, house, village. I thought I named it window. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Well, you know what? Okay, so I just realized, so the original sprites did, like, since they always had it where, they were, like, yeah, okay, so like in Oracle Seasons, I just thought about this, they didn't have any, like, just side panel, they only had windows. I was like, wait a second, are all the houses like that? Windows, no side panel, okay, well, yeah, okay, they literally are all just like that. Well, you know what? That just looks weird. Alright, alright, so we're gonna just take these colors. I'm gonna check something real quick. Let's just do let's just fill this in. I'm gonna actually just like, let's just grab the door again, make it where like the maybe add some like design. I know it's not like the best, but you know what? It works. Actually, I think that would look better the other way. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Oh, whoops! I actually do need that. I need a black pack. There we go. Yeah, we'll do this. I'll just move this down here. Oh, right, because it's a sprite file. Oh wait, hold the thought. Okay, so fun fact about a sprite files is they automatically try to calculate the pivot point. Okay, that might be actually annoying. Okay, one second. We're all gonna just have this as a PNG. There we go. That unfortunately means I gotta sprite that, or like recut the sprites, but that's okay. Wait a second. Okay, I've remembered why I was working on. I was actually working on making my own like sprite editor. I just remembered why, because I didn't want to deal with that crap. I hate how it added like the the stuff. Wait a second. Let's see. Can I change that setting? Actually, if I were to actually say trim, what if I say tell a sprite to trim? I want to try this. I want to see if I do this. Oh, I was hoping. Alright, we might have. Okay, well, that sucks. I will remember that from now on. Most of the time I use sprite files for basically animations, so I have actually never had to run into this. Where's window? Okay, yeah, window. For now, I'm gonna actually get rid of the other colored stuff. That way, I don't have like random things. I moved a pivot point instead of the sprite reg. Lovely. All right, there we go. There we go. And I'm gonna just say village house. Well, right there's already a sprite. There, we're gonna say village house wall. Right, that is a good thing to remember. Yeah, there we go. Now it looks okay for now until I change the sheet, like the tile sheet again. Something doesn't look right there. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I think actually removing the that actually will make it look a little bit better. Or not. Okay. You wanna go through that? Oh, is it refusing to oh, okay. That's okay. For now it looks good. I don't wanna like spend too much time. I just want to have fun with that. Okay. Yeah, alright, so basically I can make like actual like shops now. And or like not just like shops, but like make like bigger buildings and so forth. But yeah, let's continue on. Like, let's actually continue on with this like little thing. So I'm gonna say ground. Or forget. I'm actually gonna do. Let's do palette. Yeah, let's just do. I'll need an actual like just green tile. But anyways, let's do this here. Oh, that's just. There we go. Right, yeah, we're since I'm not constrained to what like Oracle Seasons engine was, I'm gonna be making quite a bit of changes to like the layout now. Since the more I look at like the actual like original map, there's a lot of stuff I would actually change just to make it actually work better. First things first, I'm gonna actually go and change this real quick because we actually go to the sprite thing. Where is the pivot point? Because that pivot point, see, actually, if you notice, it's kind of like off. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna actually just do a custom one. This should be probably 0.25, 0.25. Oh, not 25, not 25. I put 25 instead of 0.25. There we go. I was like, what? Yeah, okay. Oh, and think about that when I was writing my. Wait a second. I swear I actually took that into consideration. Hold on. Okay, I did. I just. Oh, I haven't added. Okay, so the physics shape was a little bit off because I need to make it where whatever like the sprite sheet changes pivot points, it automatically updates on the physics shape automatically. Good to know. A lot of things. Anyways, okay, I kind of had my fun. I was just wanting to like add some stuff to the world, not like go too far before I start making things. But yeah, because I was kind of getting tired of just looking at gray. So for now, this works. I want to actually start working on like enemies and like stuff like that. All right, so let's actually get our little octo boy in here. I'm gonna actually close tile map, and let's actually get him. Let's there we go. All right, so we got our little octo boy. Let's actually make him follow the player. I'm gonna actually do actually create a child component. I'm gonna just say octo state machine. Let's actually start working on getting him like enemies actually getting in here. So let's get our state machine brain. And for last stream I actually got the pathfinding AI state in here. Default state. I'm gonna just get him as control. Let's actually tell this to be a top-down character. So gravity is, make sure that's 0 for now. The reason why I'm keeping gravity in, even though this top-down game, Orbital Seasons actually had like platforming little like sections, like original like kind of Mario style. So for those we will actually need gravity. And I'm gonna just grab this into here and we'll start getting this set up. Make sure I'll just drag this in here. For now, I'm gonna just manually assign the target. I just want to test this out real quick because I was working on this last time. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, I was wondering because I did change a couple of things, and I was wanting to make sure. Wait, controlled. Do state machine controlled object, control transform. Wait, I actually had that actually assign. Wait, hold on. Controlled game object. Yeah, I actually had that assigned. State machine brain equals transform, control transform. That's weird. Because all that stuff is assigned inside of. Let's actually do this real quick. Where is it's saying if control body equals null. I thought I assigned it. Top down controller body. That's weird. Oh wait, I wonder. I just realized something. Let's do this. Okay. So I thought. I was like, wait a second, enemy should at least be chasing me. I'll have to set that up. Make sure like to automatically like grab it if things. Okay, obviously like octos are not supposed to follow you like that. I'll need to make it where there's like a random like movement on the grid, and whenever octo like sees you, he shoots. One second, I gotta turn up my heater. -20 below, and it, or not like right now, but like it was -20 with wind chill earlier, and I'm like, that's a little too cold for our area. We do not get that cold normally. Alright, so basically it's time to actually start looking at how enemies behave. We got a couple choices. I might, for now, actually I might work on let's actually work on like the enemies just hurting whenever the player like steps on, or like touches them. So I'm gonna actually add the script I made earlier called hazard, and I just want to make sure I was actually working on some stuff off stream earlier. I just want to make sure I didn't get a chance to really test out, but I'm hoping that whenever I touch the octo, my player actually gets hurt. I actually just grab properties so I can see. So currently 3 HP. Hopefully whenever I touch the octo, he takes damage. Okay, well, yes and no. Oh, whoops. Octo needs to be, I forgot. Octo needs to have his, need to make it where he actually does. Yep, there we go. Try that again. Because I don't want him to actually like well, I might actually want him to block path. I'm not sure yet. Well, because right now if like the character, well, that's sad. Okay, well, Enemies make contact with that. Okay, let's check the make sure I got the player contact filter. Yeah, he should be contacting players. Let's double check. Let's actually check my custom physics that I was testing out. Alright, so let's make sure. So actually test it out. So on trigger begin. If anybody's used to like box clutter and stuff, you probably are used to like on trigger or like on trigger enter and so forth. With the low level physics, there is no on trigger enter. You do not have this. you do not have this with the low level physics. You have on trigger begin. Granted, warning, I made my own custom version of the on trigger begin because normally the on trigger begin only has the one parameter, but I added my own callback to the low level physics that also passes in a SF shape. But yeah, let's actually go through and let's start making it where the player can take damage and so forth. I'm gonna actually double check this real quick. I want to make sure that instead of doing like a lot of like debug.log, I want to make sure that I'm actually getting certain things because I was creating some helper functions and I want to make sure I didn't like break stuff when I was creating those helper functions. I was doing them before stream and I just have not had a chance to test them out. Okay, debugger attached. All right, let's find out. Gonna go touch our little friend. All right, so let's go inside. Step into gonna step over. Okay, yeah, so it is getting past that. Oh, all right, so I got the fruit effect first one. Wait, what target? Okay, well, that instantly shows me what the problem is. 1 second. Octo enemy, yeah, okay, octo enemy has hazard. Okay, it looks like I accidentally component null. Trinket component. Begin event. Oh yeah, let's try this again. I want to force this rerun, and I'm gonna actually go into here this time. Wait, check that. Okay, visitor shape. Wait, so callback target. Applies visitor shape. Okay, wait, hold it. So hazard is on the octo. The visitor shape should not technically be what is it called? Shouldn't the visitor shape be actually? Hold on, I might have accidentally gotten these shape that begin touching the trigger. Okay. Event produced when it parachutes. Yeah, okay. That doesn't seem right at all. The reason why it doesn't seem right at all, so it's saying that all that target is on octo enemy. Let's go to the begin, or let's see what the begin event is saying. Okay, visitor shape is oh wow, that's so weird. Okay, well that's gonna mess with me. If that is actually generally how the low physics is doing that. So yeah, okay. So basically, player is, I don't think I have him set. Let's go to shape definition. Oh. Okay. I wonder. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. That's an interesting one. Oh. Alright, my bad. It is correct to code-wise. Apparently, let's just make sure, like, yeah, go for here. This should be, like, there we go. Okay, I was like, what? Oh, my bad. Okay, so code is correct. Code is correct. What happened was, apparently when I accidentally, set the player as trigger and not the octa, I was like, okay, the code looks correct. Okay, anyways, ignoring that. I was like, that's correct. The code was, I was about to go insane thinking that that code was wrong. I was like, what? Alright, so got our little friend. Now if we actually look at Link, his health should go down. I forgot to go, yeah, okay, his health went down. Okay, cool. Still the debugger, don't need that now. I'll actually just go ahead and pause it completely. Yeah, so you have it where enemies can actually hurt you, enemies can actually follow. So let's actually add on to that. Trying to remember what the like UI for Oracle Seasons actually looked like. Because I remember a decent amount of the UI, but I want to see like I want to see like what the HUD and everything was. Yeah, okay, you know what? We're gonna just make our own HUD. Alright, new, let's just do 160 by 160. Alright, so let's just do this real quick. I'm gonna just actually like check this out. Okay, so that's actually I'm gonna change this just to 8 just for a second, just to make this a little bit easier for like the smaller sprites. So yeah, we're gonna just do this. Actually, I was thinking of doing symmetric mode, but no, that's okay. Just get like a little yeah, go down a little bit. Oh no, actually go up a little bit. Alright, and we're gonna just do this. So 1 heart. We need 5 hearts actually. So this is actually going to be the wanted to be non-continuous, so we're going to have 5 different hearts. Empty heart, empty heart, quarter heart, empty heart, quarter heart, half heart, 3/4 heart, and then full heart. That one's going to be 3/4. This one's going to be the half heart. I'm gonna just do this. And let's just get rid of like this side. Yeah, that works. And wait, 1/2, and then just. I think there's actually, I feel like there, you know what, I actually think there is 3 black pixels there, make this a little bit easier. I could be wrong, but I think, like, we're making, like, it easier to actually separate the heart into, like, 4 areas. It just makes a little bit more sense. All right. Let's do this. Do that. Then I think this one is actually yeah, close enough. Let's actually give it do UI. Let's do player HUD. I'm gonna do player HUD. Just yeah, we're gonna just do this. All right. UI toolkit. We're gonna time to actually start making some UI stuff. All right, so let's actually go for here. Don't need that. 256. Before I forget, create a new preset. That way I don't have to do this every single time. Sprite. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set that up real quick. That way, anytime I have a new sprite, I don't have to like do that at all. Importer sprite. Or actually no, it is a texture importer. I just need to sprite. There we go. That way, anytime I like import a sprite now, it'll automatically set that stuff up. That way I don't have to like redo it every single time. All right, let's begin. So I'm not using UGUI at all. I do not want to even touch UGUI. So we are actually gonna use pure UI toolkit, player HUD. And notice that whenever I created a UI document, it automatically created, Unity automatically creates the Unity themes and panel settings. So I'm actually gonna take that in here, and I actually need to rename this to player HUD panel settings. It's gonna be a screen space. Make sure I got all these referenced. Yep. Okay. Scale with screen size. That's 1440 by 1080. Now we will. It's like 0.677. Actually, pretty decent size. Reference size for sprites 16. There we go. So, gonna make sure we get in there, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do this. I'm gonna say player HUD. Let's get in there. All right. And I'm actually going to open this up inside of JetBrains Writer. There we go. And let's actually do this now. We're going to say UI visual do actually no, XMLS NS namespace. I'm going to say SF equals. Make sure I actually remember the correct namespace I set for these, because I actually created a like UI elements. Yeah, SF UI elements. And well, now if I do that, it should be, yep, there we go. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to boop, 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 boop. What? Oh, oh, nope, nope, never mind. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just give this name. We're gonna say for now I'm gonna say health row. So health row. So let's make our player health real quick. So yeah, let's actually do this. There's a couple different things I could do. I'm gonna actually open the UI builder real quick. So only reason why I'm doing this is I'm actually going to add a image here, and I just want to actually I'm gonna just grab this in here, and I'm actually gonna delete this image in like 2 seconds. Only reason why I'm doing this is oh, you know what? I actually need to come up here real quick and say part HUD, let's say 0. So part HUD 0, part HUD 1. Actually, wait, I can just rename just that part HUD, and that way I just have my heart images. So nice little fun thing here I could do is I could just say heart. I'm gonna just put this here. Okay, so whenever I hit save here, and if I actually go into the UXML file, it actually gives me this nice little thing here, this nice little space, and I can actually have fun with this now. So a couple things I'm actually going to do. Been a little bit since I done this, so I'm actually going to go grab a file I did before, so I don't forget. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to just grab this. This will make it a little bit easier to do this. Yeah. That UI. Okay. Let's actually go to here we are. Inventory UI. There we go. Can actually show this off, and I can actually show the niceness of this. So if I actually go here and just show this off real quick. So this is another file I've actually done before. There's this nice little thing called like data binding that I can actually like bind to the UXML file, like the health file, and I can actually set this up where it automatically like keeps track of how many like the condition of my hearts and everything like that. So what I can actually do now, I can actually, I might want to create a custom like a visual element class just for this one. That's what I think about it. But that might actually be the yeah, that might actually be the way to go. That's what I think about it. So let me actually do this. I'm actually going to create a script. I'm gonna just call it heart row. Yeah, we're gonna actually just call this heart row. But instead of a mono, this is gonna be a visual element. It's gonna be a visual element. I'm gonna just say UI. I'm gonna just do that for now. We're just gonna say this. Okay, so this UXML element, we're gonna oh, gotta say partial. And I'm gonna just create a public constructor real quick. For now, it's just gonna be empty instructor, just for the moment. But now, what this actually allows me to do is, once I go once it finishes compiling, I actually go to project setting, or sorry, not project settings, assets, and I can say update UXML schema. And once that is actually done, now if I actually go into my player HUD UXML, instead of saying this, what I can do is I can actually say, I can actually, oh, I just realized it. I don't like how that just push all these around. I can actually add a new reference to, I'm gonna just say Zelda, or what name? ZTTDR. I'm gonna just say ZTTDR, and I'm gonna actually just put it in there. Okay, make sure it's UI elements. And what I can do now, I can actually go here and say, instead of saying SF row, I should be able to say art row. There we go. So now I can actually create a custom UI element, and it'll actually just be added to my UXML file. So what I can actually do is I can just basically add whatever images I need here. So I'm gonna say public list. Oh no, not list view. We're actually gonna say list here, and come on, import that. And we're gonna start actually using these hearts here. So basically, you have 5 different hearts: empty heart, 1/4 health left, half health, 3/4, and then like full heart. So what we're going to want to do is we want to actually have a list of images inside here, and these are going to be the heart images. And anytime like we take damage, we're gonna update like the actual like sprite for those heart images. So we can do this. I'm gonna say public. Actually, I can actually say private. Void on health changed. And what I can actually do here, inside of our player health, I'm gonna just actually go in here. Inside the player health script, there is actually different types of like event handling. One includes like whenever like the player like takes damage, or like sorry, not take damage, but like whenever the player dies. So what I can actually do is I can actually go ahead and add more to that. I could actually make it where like maybe we have like a little event, and I could just like have it be like let's say int, and it basically is like a player health amount or whatever, or like a player health change event handler. I could just have it where whenever like the player change event handler happens, I need to make that static. I could do something like this, where player health, and whenever this happens, I could just say on player health, or on health change, and I just put in integer new health. And then every time like the player health gets changed, I could just like update the UXML images. I could do it that way, or I could also do a data binding. And basically, like with the data binding, I can actually make it where whenever like a certain value gets changed in Unity, you can actually have it where like that, like a data binded actually calls a function. Like for example, if I go to like a player inventory, there's like a thing called data bind, and I'm telling it to actually like bind to target where to, and I'm telling it what value to actually data bind. I can also do that. I could do either or. For now, I should end up using like a data binding in the end, but that's gonna require a little bit more setup. So for now, I'm gonna just do it like this. And I'll make it in a way like whenever I do implement the data binding, I can just like reference this method. Yeah. So we can do this. And what I'll do is whenever the character's health change, so let's go. There is a take damage method. What I can do is I could have it where I override that method. I'm going to say take damage. We could just do the base, we could just do like the base class for take damage. And we can also have it where, yeah, we can actually do this as well. Yeah, we can just do that. We'll do that, and we can say dot invoke, and I could say current health. So I take damage, and then I change. We just invoke, and anything listening for like the player health actually will get a notification saying when a player changed. And just demonstrate this, I'm gonna just say debug dot log. I'm gonna just say new new health. And now whenever I like touch the Octorock, it should, keyword should, as long as I accidentally didn't forget something, which I could see myself doing that. So we're gonna add a player HUD. Player HUD should be here, and we don't have like any images showing inside of the player HUD, but if I actually like go to UI Builder, you'll see that it does indeed have the heart row. I just want to demonstrate to show like this is how you could actually like do a heart system for like a damage listening. So go there, boom, you see like the UI actually listen to the new health. Hey, nothing, TW, how are you doing? Hopefully you are having a fantastic day and staying out of the cold, because man, is it cold outside. So we're gonna go, and basically we're since Legend of Zelda have it where each heart is pretty much 4 different HP, we're gonna start with 3 different heart, which would be 12 health. So what I can do inside the heart row, we could say we can actually get a reference to like the player health and actually see like what is the like how many actual like hearts is actually needed to be displayed. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, also, oh, you know what? I just realized I should have it where we also technically need a public list of sprites. Realize that. Heart sprites. This way we actually, know which image or what sprite to actually play inside the image. So what I'm gonna just do is I'm gonna just this reading documentation, Unity documentation, UI toolkit. I programmed for a long time. I went to college, university. Once you learn how to program a okay amount, like you can basically learn how like when you want to learn something new, you learn how to like read documentation, actually figure out how to like use it. It's like with a lot of the UI toolkit stuff with Unity, since I already had a lot of experience with programming, when they released a feature for the new UI system, I honestly was just able to like go through and actually read the documentation and figure out how to do it on its own. Learning how to program is the first time is the hardest part, but once you learn how to program a little bit, you can quickly, depending on the situation, like you can easily like pick up on new things even without anyone telling you or teaching you. It's mainly just figuring out like how to adapt and actually like figuring out where to actually read the information So like manuals and documentation are the best thing for a programmer. Like it is one of the greatest nice little things. So yeah, but yeah, let's actually grab this real quick. For now, I'm gonna just temporarily like test this out. I'm actually going to, let's actually do this. So there's a couple of different ways I can actually set this up. Ooh. All right, so I'm actually going to open up one of my, the project I'm opening up is not a fan project. This is actually my actual like work, like project I work on for a living. So there's a couple of ways I did UI in there, and I think I want to like just copy how I did that because it's a lot simpler. And a lot of times whenever you like write something once, you really don't want to have to like do it over and over again. So like this is actually like my project, like this isn't a fan project, but I want to actually go to my like game UI and actually go to my player HUD, because yeah, okay, set without notifying. Yeah, that's probably where. That's probably how I'm wanting to actually like do this. Because I actually remember oh I actually already had a health change combat callback. Okay, well, okay, that's nice. No, I actually forgot I did that. Yeah, let's actually do this. Let's set this up properly. So I just pretty much can actually like set value without notify. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna have some fun times here. I'm actually going to get out of that, and yeah, okay. That's what I thought I was doing, but I just want to like make sure like I remember it correctly, because I haven't had to work on the UI, player HUD UI in that for like a while. So anyways, yeah, okay, yeah, that works. So I'm thinking I do have a couple different options on how to do this. And I think I might actually, yeah, let's actually go to this real quick. To do graphics options, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I pretty much just set it up this way. All right, cool. All right, so let's have some fun. So I pretty much am gonna have to do a couple different things. First, let's do this. So since I'm writing my own like UI system, I just realized I wrote my own like did my own like physics and UI. Nah, it's not that bad. I was gonna say it was actually not to think about it, but really like threw myself into deep end on like what all I was doing. So, but that's okay. So whenever you're like setting up UI and stuff, there's a thing called attach to panel event, and basically when this is actually like this is actually called whenever like the game loads the UI and the UI is actually attached to like the screen panel. So what I want to do is I actually want to set up a couple of things on here. I actually am wanting to basically take this and actually how should I say this? Might be easier if I actually say it instead. Let's do this. Screen. Yeah, well, it's actually might be easier if I just show it off. Okay. Let's do this. So whenever I grab, whenever the panel is actually attached, I want to see if when the character spawn is actually oh, you know what, player spawn or spawn, never mind, there's actually an easier way to because I actually have Initial player spawn. Yeah. Okay. I might have a little bit easier time with this. Okay. Let's actually just go in and do the game loader real quick, and actually set up this like actual like spawning. I have a reason for this. Let's do spawn system. And make sure I actually have like the yeah, let's actually grab this system. Yeah, okay. Let's do the spawn system because I want to make it where whenever I spawn, I just am automatically like us getting the health. Yeah, it's mainly starting a project that's the longest part. Like today's only day 2 of me working on this project, so like when you first start up the project, that's whenever like you really like it feels like sometimes the start project is like the slowest point because you're trying to figure out like how you want to do stuff, and you're like setting up all project settings and things like that. Let's actually get it where. Okay, so spawn system, and we're gonna just have it where our actually let's do game manager as well. Let's set up the game loader, and I don't think I've actually created any game loader data yet, so let's go and set that up. Data, did initializers, level play data, and I'm gonna say, and just space that out. So let's add, wait, actually just put this down here, that way I don't lose it. Alright. HUD there's player prefab, starting room 0. That way my player can actually spawn in. Let's actually get, let's actually grab a couple things. Alright, so let's grab that. So got our level play data, and then we need our game loader. New game index, setting up new game. Yeah, let's just say setting up new game. Right. And I'm not going to dynamically load, that way I don't have to deal with the setting up the room database and all that kind of stuff yet. Level play data, and not going to set up the item database yet. No, okay. So this was actually originally made for my Metrovania project, and I'm working on moving this all over to like the top-down stuff. So I might have to like do some tweaking and so forth. Let's do UI root. I'm gonna just move player HUD down here. Move this up there. No, not inside the managers. I don't want this as a child object of the managers. There we go. World objects. Throw that down there. And we can just move this down here as well. Also, override the shadow link testing that I was doing. And let's begin. Alright, so okay, yeah, I will have to do a couple of things. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Let's actually do this. Public transform debug spawn. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna say debug dot or we're gonna say Yeah, we'll do this transform default spawn. No, that way I don't have to pass it in, but if I do pass then I can. If does not equal null, I will do this. Where's else? Alright, so basically, wherever I call this, I'm gonna go ahead and just say debug spawn. Yes, I can do this. So I'm gonna grab this, and we're gonna say, there we go, spawn player, and there we go. So I'm gonna set up the spawning real quick. That way I can actually get because I have it where like whenever the character spawns in game, like it goes through like a lot of like game initialization, like loading, saving, and okay. I like how Unity is huh. Wait a second. Oh, whoops. Okay, no. That was just me because I completely forgot to set a... Well, I literally forgot to just assign a debug spawn point. Whoops. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, so let's actually... I'm gonna just like set the debug spawn point right there. I was like, why is that null? Well, I have to set it first. There we go. Hey, okay, so yeah, player spawns in, so I actually have the, so this is not the, like, this is just a deactivated player. I'll just keep him there for like debugging if I need him. But spawn system works now, so I can spawn in. And the reason why I want to do this is whenever I spawn, and it goes through like all the spawn setup, there's an initial player spawn event. And whenever this is actually like initialized and actually goes through, it actually allows me to do a few different things. One, I can actually see like the player health, so I can actually go to like I can actually do this now. I can say spawn system do initial spawn handler. I could do this. I could say on initial, or I'm going to just say on initial player spawn, and I'm going to actually just. Boy, JetBrains Writer, I feel like your IntelliSense got really bad after last update. We're going to do this, and oh, before I forget, on detach. To add it. Actually, no, let's just register callback. I'm gonna say detach, I think it's like detach panel attach. Okay, I just typed in word panel. Let's see. Wait, I swear it's like detach. Yeah, there's attached to panel, detach from panel, but yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna actually just say on let's just say on detach from panel. There we go. The reason why I want to do this is like whenever this like the panel like this gets detached from panel, I want to make sure that I'm like clearing my event listeners. That way I don't like delete, or like the UI isn't like removed and then like it gets like an event try to invoke data to it, causing errors. But anyways, so now we have it where let's do this as well. Where I deregister or remove register. Oh wow, I cannot remember. I thought there was like a. Oh wait a second, register callback once, right? Yeah, okay, my bad. I was like, wait a second. I know there's something like that, but I forgot. It's just like literally just register callback once. Anyways, so I could say if I'm gonna actually rename this. This should be player object. Just make it a little bit more clearer. So whenever the player if player object is null, I'm gonna just return. I don't want to go for here. If it's not null, I can do player object. I can say try get component, and I could say out player health. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to just say player health up here. Player health. Just for now. Not going to do this actually. If there's no player health, return. If there is player health, continue on. And what I can actually do is I can actually now since we have like the player health, I could check its max the player's max health. Hey, I'm so sorry if I'm Yahya Gatea. I'm so sorry if I'm not very good at pronouncing that name. But I'm gonna just call you 6625 since that's the last four numbers of your name. Honestly, a lot of people wonder how you get good at programming. It's honestly like a waste of time to wonder about it. Instead, you just want to try programming. Like literally just try programming. Let's say you want to do Legend of Zelda game. Just like start looking up ways to like create a Legend of Zelda game. And it's literally, you get good by actually just doing it. The more you actually do programming, the more like situations you run into, and the more you can actually just recognize I have this problem that I'm trying to figure out how to code. Oh, well, I've done this before, so I can do it. Like, so literally like the practice makes perfect is actually like the perfect term for programming. But like honestly, if you really want to get like start learning programming, get good at it, find something you really like. So like if you like roguelike games, or if you like a Mario game or something like that, find something that you actually enjoy, and honestly just try to make one specific mechanic from it. Don't try to make the entire game. Learn how to make like one mechanic from it. So like Mario, if you want to learn how to like make a Mario game, learn how to make the character move, learn how to make a character jump. Once you got the character jumping and moving, go to the next game mechanic. You want to have like a player like grab a mushroom and grow. That would be like what is called like a kind of interactable pickup system. You basically interact with like the mushroom, and whenever you interact with it, it activates like a power-up and your character grows. A lot of people, they'll try to like create entire games or entire projects all at once, and at that point it kind of like gets like overwhelming for people, and that's what a lot of people call burnout in game development. I mean, there's other things that cause burnout as well, but if you're really wanting to learn how to program, honestly, find something that you enjoy. Like if you're wanting to be a game programmer, find a game you like and just find one mechanic in there. Try to like start off with like the more simpler game mechanics. Focus on that one game mechanic, make that mechanic, and like I said, it could be jumping, it could be like a health system, a combat system, and stuff like that. Hey, Mishra, I apologize if I said your name wrong, but welcome to the stream. But yeah, find a game mechanic that you really enjoyed about a game, and actually learn one mechanic at a time. And the reason why you want to do that is if you learn how to make a game mechanic, you now know how to make that mechanic for multiple games. So if you learn how to do, like, let's say you're playing a platforming game like Mario, if you learn how to do a Mario like a movement system, that Mario movement system can be used for other platforming games. You could literally take that mechanic knowledge that you learned how to do to like a Ori and the Blind Forest, a Hollow Knight. So instead of focusing on like learning how to create an entire game, focus on learning one game mechanic at a time. Movement, combat, save system, stuff like that. Because learning how to do one mechanic can be used in multiple different games, so it helps a lot. For languages, you should learn to build some cool games. If you want to do, there's a couple of different game engines. Unity is what I use, so that's C#. C# is really good for multiple game engines. You can actually use C# in Godot, Unreal, and Unity. If you're wanting to do like it's basically like find a game, like just look up game engines and find like one that like looks like you can actually get used to like moving around and like clicking the UI and stuff, and figure out what language that uses. I personally prefer C# because it's used in a lot of stuff, not just game development. So like if I want to do something out after making a game, I know how to do that. But yeah, but C# is good. I can actually like there's so many tutorials in C# and so forth, and Unity has a huge amount of documentation. So does Godot, and Unreal's gotten pretty good about some of their stuff. But if you're wanting to do a 2D game, I'd say Unity or Godot. If you're wanting to do a 3D game, Unity or Unreal Engine, for the most part. But I like, this is personal preference. I just like to use Unity because I've been working in Unity, like actual like getting paid as a game developer for over 10 years. So it's just the thing I'm most comfortable with. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, if anybody else ever has any more questions, yeah, go ahead. Like, or any questions, I'll be happy to like answer. Yeah. So saying that, so now we have our spawn system. So whenever our player starts, we want to make it where like when the player spawns, we figure out how many health containers the player has, right? So like Legend of Zelda. Yes, I work full-time. I actually work full-time for game development. I do contract work sometimes. I work on like the last contract I did was I created a dialogue system, so a studio could actually add dialogue to their game, but it also had like a localization. Localization is like basically like adding support for multiple countries, languages, like for example like English, German, and so forth. And not just changing the checks from like English language to German language. Some countries ban certain symbols, so like localization also makes it where you like change like sprite assets, so like a German flag to English flag, stuff like that. I'm actually planning to give game tutorials. That's actually why I started streaming again, because I was planning on doing tutorials. Again, I used to do them a while back. I actually had like a Legend of Zelda series years ago, but I'm planning on actually making a new one. One of the reasons why I'm streaming is I'm actually trying to want to see like what would be a good way to actually set up the structure for a series for game development tutorials. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, sprites. Getting the hearts and stuff out. So let's do this. What are languages you work with other than C#? So UXML, you do know how to use this UXML inside Unity. I just prefer UXML. UXML is pretty nice because Unity actually supports it for like UI stuff. I can quickly like create a UI and set stuff up. Like my computer's gonna hate me for trying to stream and then open up Unity or like two different like projects, but I'm actually going to open up their Unity so like people see. This is actually my current project I'm working on. So like what I just opened up is actually like my actual like project I'm working on, or not like a fan remake, but actual like game development. But I use UXML for like my UI. So I'm gonna actually like get rid of some of the. Let me actually get rid of the little like debug physics. I actually have like a debug physics system actually rendering. That way people can actually see it. So let's actually go in here and let's actually I'll just keep it there for a second. But the sprite menu buttons and stuff is actually UXML, and so is the background. If anybody's wondering how the background image for here is actually made, it was made in Photoshop and Krita. Like I could literally just like open up Krita and show that. But yeah, so it's a very interesting set of languages. C#, UXML, and USS. UXML to do like the structure of UI, USS to do styling, like actually to actually do like a size of font, like images shown inside buttons and so forth. So like if I actually like go inside my styles, I can actually like open this up real quick. Oh, it opened up on a wrong screen. Like this is USS and so forth. So this is how I do like styling. Oh, I was trying to figure out like a good way to do the buttons, like the heart buttons. I just had I just had a stupid idea how to do the buttons, like the heart images. All right, my computer's gonna scream whenever I open this up because yeah, that's okay. Yeah, well, just show this off. Like this is actually like my background menu for like my UI and stuff. It took forever. But yeah, anyways, before I forget, I'm gonna like actually do this because I just thought of a really good idea how to like I've been sitting here trying to think, how do I want to do set this up, and I just thought of it. I'm gonna actually use USS for the heart system. Alright, let's do player HUD. Okay, so let's actually do this. Let's do. So I could do like data binding to this, but instead of doing data binding, I'm gonna actually have some. I can actually just do this. This is gonna be weird but stupid, but it works. I'm gonna say heart image 0. Alright. There's better ways I could do this in the long run, but for now I just want to test this out because this actually kind of seems like a kind of a funny way to do it. I just want to see if it is possible. Okay, so yeah. Ideas generation, I don't really use any tools for ideas generation. I just actually work on my own like idea stuff. Game design, honestly, there's this state called paper prototyping. So paper prototyping is basically you try to like make the bare minimum of like your game, and you figure out what mechanics are what are like the minimum amount needed to actually make your game actually like playable. And it you basically try to like figure out like, okay, I want let's do a Metroidvania game. You know, let's use Silksong for example. Yeah, we'll actually use Silksong. Okay, I don't know if I should open this up. Oh, I don't know if I should open this up on stream. Okay, well, okay. Oh, cute. It's okay. Okay, what I'm about to open up, I'm not allowed to share. Like, normally I have all my code and stuff, like on repos to share. What I'm about to open up, I cannot share. Like I can show on stream, but I can't like send the files people. I'm opening up Silksong's game in engine for anybody wondering. So let's actually just open up Silksong. In certain countries, yes, game developers are actually paid. Just ignore. Let's make sure I'm opening up the right Silksong file. But I was figured I'll just show Silksong off. Alright, so there's some things I am not able to actually like show, but I can show some of these things off. Let's go and let's actually grab some of these. Yeah, alright. There should be first pass. Yeah, okay. Where is the scripts? There we are. Okay. So, fun fact. This is actually Silksong's code. I'm gonna actually use the actual Silksong for things, and I say like this Silksong code is actually like really interesting once you actually like get into like some stuff of it. Like how they set it up. Like a lot of times, whenever you're doing like game design, you're actually like people will actually figure out like one piece at a time, and we'll also try and think of like the overall picture. So let's say you want to actually let me open the correct one, shared data. This is gonna be interesting. Yes. Like it is a lot. I do question some of their logic for some of their actual like things. It's not just like source code. I mean, I got a little bit more than that. I think I still have all the like assets and stuff. Like if I actually like go to, let me see. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, I do. I still have them. I have all like all the like sprites that's actually used for like Hornet's attacks. So I have like a lot of the source code. I have a lot of images. I'm not allowed to say how or why I have these. I can show them off on stream. I just can't like actually like share some of the stuff. But yeah, so like one of the reasons why I have a lot of this is like trying to figure out how like Silksong actually made some of their shader effects, and that's actually why I was wanting like open this. Whenever you are looking for like how to like create a game design and stuff, if you have like a game idea you have in mind, go look at yeah, I mean technically, okay, it's more for modding. It's for like a modding tool, so like you can actually like mod Silksong and stuff like that. But yeah. But so it's more for like being able to like test out like mods if I want to like create a mod for Silksong and stuff like that. But for like going through like the steps of like doing like game design and so forth, a lot of times people will actually find a game they like. They'll find a game they like and they'll actually use it for figuring out like, okay, I like this game. What parts of this game do I like? I like maybe in Silksong you like the movement. So whenever you're like doing game design and stuff, a lot of times like the first step is figuring out what you want to make in a game, what you want to actually be able to do in a game. And then like step 2 is like finding references. So like if you like Silksong, if you like the combat and stuff, you find the Silksong, like you read into like how Silksong does movement, you read into how it does like you kind of like analyze like how like the characters and stuff move in it, and you also like see what you don't like about it. So maybe Silksong, you don't like how like enemies maybe hit too much, or maybe you don't like the invincibility frames. So you basically reference like not just what you like about the game, but also what you don't like about the game. And that way you can easily like figure out like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. And once you get like everything referenced and you figure out like what you want, what you don't want, you start to like build the pieces of that thing together. So like for Silksong, if you want to have like a floaty game movement, usually like with floaty game movement, what I mean by that is like whenever you're like creating a character controller for like platformers and stuff, floaty game movement is like whenever you let go of all input, your character still moves a little bit. So there's still some like acceleration. You're not fully like, you don't decelerate on a split second. So you kind of figure out like, okay, do I want floaty movement, or do I want to have it where it's the second like the player releases like the input key or whatever the character, the controlling character, so like Horon and Silksong just instantly stops moving, stuff like that. So you put your ideas down, you find references to your ideas, and then you kind of figure out like how like each piece is. I would definitely not look at a game overall, like dissect the game based on like their game mechanics. So like how the character moves, how enemies move, how like the camera moves. If you want to learn C#, if are you wanting to do like game development, or are you wanting to do like app development? Because like if you're going to do like app development, like create like desktop app, Avalonia is really good. Just gonna sound weird. You can also use Unity for like app development as well. If you're wanting to do game dev, like this might be biased, but like I've always gonna say like Unity, just because I've used Unity for so long. I know like ins and out of it, but also like I know from like a new user's point of perspective, if you're first learning Unity, the C# that you learn while making a game inside Unity can also help advance like your programming career outside of game development, because like C# can be used for like app development, web development, and game development. So like learning like C# development in Unity can help go other ways if you decide, okay, I want to be a programmer still, but maybe game development's not my thing. Maybe I want to make it like a website or like a desktop app, like a D&D like character sheet desktop app or something like that. If you want to learn how to do like game development, honestly, find a game engine like for example Unity. Like I'll start putting like links inside chat. Unity has like a lot of like tutorials like how to actually start making games, like actually on their website. I was actually gonna see Code Monkey. Okay, hopefully this isn't too loud. It's gonna sound really weird, but I'm actually gonna drop someone else's channel into my inside link. So there's a guy called Code Monkey. I think that's the right link. Yeah, let me click that, make sure. Yeah, there's the right link. It's a 11-hour tutorial course of like completely new to Unity. So he goes for like literally 11 hours of like showing you how to like start from Unity, start making games. And he also provides like download links to like art assets. That way you don't have to like worry about like getting your own art and stuff. So yeah. The link I just put in, it's definitely like a good like place to start learning like Unity game development. And Unity also has like a lot of tutorials. Okay, before I forget like too off topic, I'm gonna just like for now I'm gonna just I just realized I've been like sitting here talking about stuff and not actually like getting a lot of development stuff done. I'm gonna just grab like work through this real quick and actually like get a heart or like at least get like some of the health stuff going through. So for now, I'm gonna just have it where we have our player HUD, so we have our UI document. And what I'm actually gonna do is I was gonna have it where we have like our player like art row. I'm gonna actually do this real quick though. I'm gonna have it where there is a player HUD. Oh crap, what did I call this? I had a word for this. I do have a word for this, and I completely forgot. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just like but like actual like specific naming convention. I try to follow like a naming convention. Okay, view. Yeah, player. I'm gonna create like a little player HUD view for our hearts. All right. This is actually gonna probably be the easiest one. Public. Actually, while I was like going through like that exploration on this stuff, I was actually running through like ideas in my head at the same time of like what would be like the simplest way to actually do this. I actually figured out a way. So we're actually gonna do this. We're gonna say UI document serialize private. We're gonna say layer UI document. That is a lot of like abbreviation right there. Yeah, take it easy. Hope you have a good time. I'm gonna try to do more streams and more videos, and I'm always up for like answering questions like that. I'm gonna actually remove all that stuff, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna do this player void, or let's do private void. Wait. So reason why I wanted to create a wait, actually no, I don't need to serialize this. Let's do art row, and I'm actually gonna do that real quick. So, okay, so fun fact, Unity 6.5 made UI elements a lot less painful. Like in Unity 6.5, you can actually just drag UI elements inside the inspector and actually like use them as reference. Like Unity actually made it where there's so much easier to do. Like you actually have like UGUI like setup inside the inspector and stuff that you can actually do with UI toolkit. But yeah. So it definitely got a lot easier. Oh, I'm actually glad someone mentioned UI elements was painful. I was trying to figure out why am I having so many issues with this? Because there's a certain setting that did not get set when I created it. I thought that was supposed to be the default now. All right, there we go. Oh my god, I was like, wait a second. Yeah, there we go. I was like, well, now since I mentioned that, I was like, why is my UXML and my visual elements not appearing inside my hierarchy? I forgot to enable the new update or the new hierarchy integration, and I need to also turn that on. Yeah, okay, that should make this a lot more bearable now. I'm actually glad someone actually mentioned that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is oh yeah. Oh, I'm not either. I was actually working with 6.4 testing out stuff. I had a nice little like bug. I was actually okay. If anybody's ever seen entities, this might look a little bit better, or like not as insane to some people, but I was actually having to like use pointers and actually like grab data from memory addresses directly. Like I had to actually like use memory addresses. For anybody that hasn't seen this, 6.4 actually added entity ID tiles, and you can actually use monop invoke to actually multi-thread like scripts on tile system. Downside is you actually have to grab the memory address and actually use pointers and grab like the actual memory address references yourself and just know like, hey, I'm not leaving my RAM address. I was actually using this, it's so much faster. I had like a, no joke, a 10x performance increase on my interactable environment system. But yeah, so before I forget, oh yeah, if player HUD it's not equal null, or let's say equals null, because if it is, I just want to return. I'm gonna say player HUD dot root visual element. Let's go ahead and just Let's just do this. So I don't have to like grab it each time. We're gonna say player HUD, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually get the heart row. I'm gonna just actually do this heart row. I'm gonna say a heart row equals this. So now we got our heart row. So now if I actually go to heart row now and I actually go inside of it, we could do some, we could start getting some things in there. I could actually tell it to, yeah, let's actually do this. Because I want to make sure that, yeah, okay. I think I want to actually do it this way because I was originally going to, yeah, okay. Yeah, this should be fine. This should be fine. It's not equal null. It may look like a lot of setup at first, but there's a reason. Sprites equals sprites. Alright, so gonna have that now. Okay, so this should be fun. Okay, this should actually be a lot better now. I'm doing it this way. Alright, let's do player HUD view. Get that in there. I'm gonna just say 5 real quick. Actually, just not do the 5. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to assets, UI toolkit, player HUD. I'm gonna just grab. Let me lock this real quick. That way it doesn't. And boom. Make sure it actually went in the right order. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say I'm gonna actually do this instead. I'm gonna actually add that create a method. I'm gonna do it this way. So instead of doing initial player spawn and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to actually wait, yeah, let's do this. Actually no, maybe I'll for now I don't want to actually do that. Oh yeah, actually no, because reason why I do actually want to do this is because I can't guarantee that yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna just say, yep, okay, we're actually gonna just do this. This way we get player health out. And this should actually happen before, yeah, okay, we're gonna find out, actually. I wanna see when runtime on initialize load, scene view actually runs. Okay, init, and we're gonna do this. Because technically this is actually called from here, and this is actually okay, yeah, okay, this can work, okay, cool. Yeah, because this will actually load up first, and we're gonna have to do this okay, so I spent like a half hour going over some stuff, showing people a couple things. Now I don't have to worry about doing that anymore. I can actually go here and I will actually keep this on there, and what I'll do, actually don't need to worry about this anymore. I actually just do this, so this should actually play, and this should actually play I want to make sure that I'm actually thinking of this correct. Because even though this is technically called during start, there's a interesting thing you can actually make stuff do, like where stuff start actually plays before wake, even if all game objects are actually enabled in the scene. It's a fun little thing. I just want to make sure. And it's whenever you're using like the run on or like run time, like, yep, okay. Nani, wait a second. Nani? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't actually take that into consideration. Oh. When does UI document declare the panel start? Or panel wake? Oh, okay, we're gonna have fun with this one. I might actually call it for a little bit. I need to eat dinner. Well. As I was saying, there are times where weirdness like that can happen. Okay, that's what I was expecting. All right, cool. I am gonna call it though. I gotta call it though, guys. I am gonna make dinner. Thank you all for joining. It was nice to have like conversation with everybody. But I gotta take it. Get some food and rest my eyes for a little bit and get some water in me. Thank you all for joining. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful day. I might do more tonight. I might not. I'm not sure. I'll be definitely doing more tomorrow though. So have a good day, everyone. I'll work on like I'm trying to think how I want to do my UI. I'll probably I'll design that out off stream. That way people don't have to like figure out, like watch me like think of different ways to do like UI setup. But I think I got an idea on it. And once I get that done, I will go to like actual like getting combat and stuff. So, but we got enemies to fall around. We actually have it where like tiles will actually switch seasons, which is nice. So we actually can have like winter tiles and also summer tiles and stuff like that. But I am gonna call it for now. I'm gonna make dinner. It's almost 6 o'clock here, so thank you all for joining. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone, and stay warm. Dear God, winter sucks.